Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive. This time we're exploring the world of martial arts. But not just the fighting part, we're going deeper to uncover all the amazing benefits for your mind, body, and even your understanding of different cultures.
It's fascinating how often martial arts are pigeonholed as just about combat.
Right, like it's all about kicking butt, but there's so much more to it. And we've got some awesome sources to help us break it all down.
Absolutely.
We've got one that dives into the health benefits, another focusing on fitness advantages across different styles,
Yeah.
and one that gives us a rundown of 15 popular martial arts. So we're covering a lot of ground here.
Yeah, we're going to be exploring the whole spectrum from physical to mental to cultural.
Exactly. So first things first, let's talk about those health benefits
Hmm.
because the source that listed 15 of them seriously blew my mind.
15.
Yeah, 15. And some of them were not what I expected at all. Like, did you know martial arts can actually improve your reflexes?
Oh, yeah.
For sure. I'm not just talking about dodging punches in a fight. I mean faster decision-making in everyday life.
Right, like if you trip or need to swerve your car quickly.
Exactly. That kind of thing. Because your training forces you to react quickly.
It really sharpens your reaction time, both physically and mentally.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're dodging punches, but you're also making your brain work faster, too.
That's so cool. And another benefit that I was really surprised by was stress relief.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
And I don't just mean like punching a bag to let off steam, although I'm sure that feels good too.
Uh-huh, right.
But the source talked about how martial arts cultivate mental clarity and focus.
Mm-hmm. Through rigorous training.
Yeah.
And a lot of styles incorporate meditation, too.
So it helps you manage stress over the long term, not just in the moment.
It's not just a quick fix. It's about developing mental resilience.
It's incredible how these practices have this holistic approach, you know,
Mm.
fostering that mind-body connection.
Yeah, it's not just about physical strength. It's about discipline, resilience,
Mm.
the ability to set goals and actually achieve them.
You learn to push your limits, face challenges head on, and develop a sense of self-efficacy.
Exactly. And that extends beyond the training hall.
It makes you feel more confident in all areas of life, knowing you can handle yourself,
Mm.
both physically and mentally.
For sure. That's empowering.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've talked about the overall benefits. Now let's get into some specific styles, because that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah, let's dive in.
All right, so first up, we've got Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, often called the gentle art.
Ooh.
So what makes it so gentle?
Well, it's all about technique over brute strength. It's about using your opponent's momentum against them.
So it's not about being the biggest or strongest?
Nope. It's about leverage and precision. Applying pressure in just the right spots to control their movements.
It's like a human chess game.
It is.
Mm.
And it means anyone, regardless of size or strength, can learn to be effective.
I love that.
Mhm.
Okay, then there's Judo, which is fascinating to me because it's all about maximizing efficiency with minimal effort.
Using your opponent's energy against them.
It seems counterintuitive.
Yeah.
How does that actually work in practice?
Well, imagine using a smaller opponent's force to throw them off balance.
Ah, I see.
Judo teaches you to be adaptable, to work smarter, not harder. Redirecting your opponent's energy to your advantage.
That's so cool. And it's a philosophy that can apply to so many areas of life.
Absolutely.
Okay, now prepare to have your mind blown. Sumo, a style you might not traditionally associate with martial arts, actually emphasizes weight gain as a strategy.
Yeah, it's a great example of how diverse the world of martial arts really.
Mm.
Sumo has its own unique cultural traditions and strategies, and the weight becomes a tactical advantage, using mass and momentum to control the opponent.
Wow, that's incredible. I never would have thought of that. And then there's Kung Fu, which goes beyond just fighting. It incorporates a lot of philosophy and mindfulness.
Yeah, many forms of Kung Fu integrate controlled movements and breathing exercises with philosophical principles promoting self-awareness and inner balance.
Hmm.
So it's not just about physical techniques, it's about recognizing the connection between mind, body, and spirit.
It sounds incredibly enriching. So we've got this huge variety of styles, each with its own unique approach and philosophy.
Exactly. It's amazing.
But with so many options, how do you even begin to choose the right one for you?
That's a great question. And that's what we'll explore in part 2 of this deep dive. Stay tuned.
All right, so many amazing martial arts styles out there. Where do you even begin to choose? It can feel kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, it could be a lot to take in.
So how do you narrow it down? How do you find the right fit for you?
Well, one of the key things is to really think about your goals.
Goals.
Yeah, like what are you looking for in a practice? What appeals to you?
Okay, that makes sense.
So For example, do you want a high-energy workout?
Oh.
Or are you more drawn to, like, discipline and mental focus?
I see what you mean. It's kind of like choosing a workout routine.
Exactly. Are you aiming for strength training,
Right.
cardio, flexibility? Martial arts offer all of that,
Yeah.
but in different ways depending on the style.
Right, right. Okay, so let's say, hypothetically, let's
Yeah.
say someone wants to develop crazy flexibility, like those Taekwondo masters doing those high kicks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm someone who can barely touch my toes,
Uh-huh.
but maybe Taekwondo is my hidden calling.
It could be.
All right, so Taekwondo for flexibility. What if someone's more interested in that discipline and mental focus?
Well, in that case, karate would be a good fit.
Yeah.
It really emphasizes precision control and developing inner strength through forms kata and sparring.
Kata.
Yeah, those are the choreographed patterns of movements. There's
Yeah.
real emphasis on self-discipline
Mm-hmm.
and mastering your movements.
Got it. So karate for discipline. And of course, we can't forget about stress relief.
Of course not.
If someone's looking for an intense workout to just blow off some steam, what would you recommend?
Muay Thai is known for its powerful strikes and high-energy training. It's a challenging workout that can definitely help you channel any pent-up energy.
Yeah, that sounds intense. But ultimately, choosing a martial art is a personal journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to find what resonates with you, what challenges you in a way that motivates you to keep learning.
You got to find that connection.
Exactly.
And one of the things that really stood out to me in the sources is that even if you never step into a ring or spar with anyone, the benefits you gain extend far beyond the dojo.
Absolutely. It's not just about fighting.
Yeah.
It's about personal growth, self-discovery, unlocking your potential.
And there's a fascinating cultural aspect to martial arts, too.
Oh, for sure. Many martial arts have deep cultural roots and traditions.
It's like opening a window into a different world.
It is. Learning the history of karate can give you insights into Japanese culture and values.
Oh, wow.
Studying the philosophy behind Tai Chi can deepen your understanding of Chinese medicine and Taoism.
That's incredible. You're not just learning techniques, you're immersing yourself in a rich heritage.
Exactly.
It's like learning a new language, opening up a whole new way of seeing the world.
That's a great way to put it.
So let's say our listener is thinking, this is all awesome, but how do I actually get started? Where do I even begin?
Well, first, I'd suggest researching what's available in your area.
Okay.
Check out local schools, look at their websites, their social media, see what resonates with you.
I always check online reviews too.
Good idea. You can get a sense of the teaching style, the atmosphere of the school, whether it seems like a good fit.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to reach out to the schools and ask questions.
Yeah. A lot of them offer trial classes or introductory programs, so you can try things out before committing.
That's a good tip. And hey, don't be intimidated to walk into a martial arts school, even if you're a complete beginner.
Oh, totally. Everyone starts somewhere.
Yeah.
Most instructors are incredibly welcoming and supportive. They want to share their passion with you.
That's great to hear. So it's really about finding that style and that school that aligns with your goals.
Exactly. Where you feel comfortable learning and growing.
Finding the right martial art. It's kind of like finding a good pair of shoes, right?
Yeah. It might take some trial and error.
But once you find the perfect fit, it can make all the difference.
It can change your life for the better. It's an investment in your well-being, your personal growth, your connection to something bigger than yourself.
That's beautifully said. So we've covered the incredible benefits, explored all these different styles, talked about how to get started. But there's something else I want to touch on.
Okay.
It's not just about the kicks and punches. It's like there's a whole deeper level to martial arts.
There is. What's fascinating is the depth of knowledge and wisdom embedded in martial arts. You see the techniques, but underneath, there's this vast world of history, philosophy, strategy.
It's like an iceberg, all this stuff hidden beneath the surface. And one of our sources really emphasized this idea of understanding the cultural context of different styles.
Right. It's like unlocking a deeper level of meaning.
Exactly. And connecting that to the bigger picture. Studying the philosophies behind martial arts offers valuable insights into conflict resolution, self-discipline, personal growth.
These are principles that apply to any area of life, not just combat.
It's like a secret code to living a more balanced and fulfilling life.
I love that analogy.
And the coolest part is you uncover these layers of meaning as you progress in your training.
It's a journey of self-discovery that never ends.
That's beautiful. This has been an amazing deep dive so far. What's the one thing you want our listener to take away from all this?
I would say this. Don't just see martial arts as a way to learn to fight. See it as a path to exploring your potential able, challenging your limits, and discovering a world of wisdom and inspiration that goes far beyond the physical techniques.
It's about becoming the best version of yourself, inside and out. Who knows? You might even surprise yourself with what you're capable of achieving.
Absolutely. So go out there, explore different styles, find what resonates with you, and embark on your own martial arts journey. You won't regret it.
Great advice. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. All right, so we've talked about the benefits, the different styles, even how to get started. But I want to go back to something we touched on earlier, this idea that martial arts are so much more than just fighting.
Yeah, that's a huge misconception people have, I think. They see it as all about combat.
Right. But what we've learned is there's this whole other layer of knowledge and wisdom that comes with it.
It's like you see those physical techniques, but underneath there's this whole world of history, philosophy, strategy.
Like an iceberg.
Yeah.
So much more below the surface. One of the sources really emphasized the cultural side of things, too.
Absolutely. Learning about the history and traditions of different styles.
It's like a window into a different culture, a different way of seeing the world.
Exactly. Like if you study karate, you're going to learn about Japanese culture and values.
Right.
Or if you get into Tai Chi, you might deepen your understanding of Chinese medicine.
It's incredible. You're not just learning how to kick and punch. You're immersing yourself in a whole heritage.
And that's what makes it so enriching. You're connecting with something bigger than yourself.
And the philosophies behind martial arts, they go way beyond the training hall, too.
Oh, definitely. Many of them emphasize things like self-discipline, respect, perseverance, conflict resolution.
These are skills that can help you in any area of life, not just in a fight.
Right. It's like a secret code to navigating the challenges of life.
Becoming a more balanced and resilient person. And the cool thing is, you uncover these layers of meaning as you go, as you progress in your training.
Exactly. It's a journey of self-discovery that never really ends.
So powerful. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away?
Don't limit your view of martial arts to just fighting. See it as a way to explore your potential, to challenge your limits, to discover a world of wisdom and inspiration.
To become the best version of yourself.
Exactly. So, to everyone listening, if this deep dive has sparked your interest, go explore. Find a style that resonates with you. Find a teacher who inspires you, and start your own martial arts journey.
I love it. Great advice. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of martial arts.